All right, folks, let's talk about portfolios. How to build a portfolio that actually gets you hired. A good portfolio has got to be more than a bunch of cool, interesting photographs. I know a lot of you think that maybe we just need to put up some great pictures, and people who see those great pictures will understand we're really good photographers, and so we can handle that project. And that's not what happens. Okay. I think you have about 10 to 15 seconds online. We're talking online portfolios now. I think about 10, 15 seconds to make that sound. Let's start with some kind of hard things to hear. Back when I was an art director, creative director for an ad agency here in Phoenix, I was the partner and creative director for Ocean Integrated Media. And we were the third largest advertising agency in Phoenix, Arizona. And we did a lot of work. We did clients all over the country, all over the world. I had to look at portfolios. That was my job. I would bring in my art directors and I would sit, and usually every other Thursday, we would have open meetings where people could come in and show their portfolios. I could do a whole tangent on how many people never came and showed us their portfolios, but would spend hours whining at the ASMP meeting about there not being any work out there. I could do a whole lecture series on that. All right, so let's start there. Look, I look at a portfolio online now. I got about 10 seconds. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. I'm going to give you 12, maybe 15 seconds if it's really interesting. But I got to know what you're doing. I got to know why you're doing it. I've got to get a good feeling whether you're a match for me. Okay? In just that short amount of time. Doesn't mean I won't continue to look. Doesn't mean I'm going to shut it down and move on. Just means within that short window, I'm starting to make some assumptions. That's good. If I don't see it immediately, I'm moving on. Most photographers don't understand the function of a portfolio. They think that it's the thing that they do that we art directors and designers are going to look at and go, oh, that's great. We can do that. It's a great, look, this guy can shoot pictures of ducks and he's got weddings and he's got pictures of babies floating in balloons, and it's just amazing. No, that's not what we think. No, don't even go there. Don't think that at all. We want to know, can you fix something? We got a problem. We have a client, or I have a brand, or I have a product. I have a thing that I make, and I want to sell it. I really do want to sell it. I want to sell it so bad. I need some pictures to help me sell it. Can you make pictures that can help me sell that? Because if you can't, I'm not really interested. I'm not really interested in the babies and the balloons and the wedding shots and the cool Southwest landscapes that you do. I'm not. So if your portfolio is all mixed up, it's got no direction, or if you give me a tab that says automobiles and it's a picture of some cars you took on the street somewhere, I'm probably going to move on. And it doesn't mean I won't be back. Boy, look at that. My camera done shrunk me. I don't know what that's it. I'm going to have to talk to Macintosh about that because that's just plain weird. You have to tell me you can fix the problem. I have to feel warm, fuzzy, and confident that you can help me do it because I got a lot of money on the line. I don't have time to waste time spending it on a photographer who's not going to give me what I want. Imagine if you had heart surgery. You had somebody, you got to have a heart surgery. Do you go to your GP? So most people think they're going to miss out on work if they don't put everything in the portfolio that they have. Oh, I got a picture of this thing, and I got a picture of this thing. I better put it in so I can show people that I need pictures of these little selfie sticks. Yeah, that's not how it works either. High value clients, the people you want to work with, they're looking for specialists. If I'm hiring for Nike, I don't care that you have nice photos of brides in 2019. I don't care if you've got a picture of a duck that just knocks my socks off. I want to know, can you handle a look, a style, and an emotion that Nike's bringing to me? When I was looking for not art directors, photographers. When I was looking for photographers for a company that we had in California that did medical devices, I ended up hiring the photographer that specialized in tabletop and still life, not product. Even though it was a product shoot, I love this still life work. I like what he did with it, and I like the emotionality that he could bring out of it. So we ended up shooting 6 days of medical equipment with a very soft edge, very much his styling. That's what I'm looking for. It's really important to understand that your job putting together a portfolio is to make my job risk-free. And sometimes you can get a little bit more than 10 seconds. You can for me. I can sometimes look at something and go, this is really good work, and I'll spend some time with it. But in those first 10 or 15 seconds, I've pretty much formed an opinion whether I'm going to work with you or not. It's all right there, right up front. Doesn't mean I might not change my mind, but usually it just adds to the confusion. And I don't understand what the photographer did. And I don't understand why he did it. I don't understand why she put those pictures there. I don't understand. And so that's what we call friction. Friction, not good. I'll just close the tab. Most photographers misunderstand the function of a portfolio. They just do. They treat it like it's a retrospective. It's a greatest hits. It's the best shots I've ever done. I don't know if they're the best shots you've ever done. I really don't care. I want to know what you can do for me. I want you to know what you can do for me, for my client. I want to know what you can do for me, for my business. I'm a brand. I'm a small business. I'm a company down the street. I own a small industrial firm, and we're making little chrome widgets. Can you help me sell more widgets? I really want to sell more widgets. It's a widget buying world, folks, and I'm a selling. You know what I mean? So the art buyer, me, I'm looking for, can you cut my risk? I have a budget, a deadline. I have a client breathing down my neck. Hey, I need to know with 100% certainty that if I hire you, you can execute exactly what you're showing me. That takes more than just photographs. So if your pictures are a mix of weddings and dogs and everything, that's a problem. I have to know that you can meet the budget. I have to know that you can beat a deadline. I've got clients breathing down my neck, and I need to get this done. So if I'm not certain you can handle it, it's probably because I'm looking at your portfolio and I'm not certain what you're doing. If you know how the game's played, and that makes me have some concerns. And they're, oh, gotta love Apple, huh? So we're going to talk about face. I should shrink my, now I'm going to get bigger and now I'm going to get smaller. I didn't eat any mushrooms, folks. It's just the Mac. Okay, let's talk about fixing problems, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at how we can make this portfolio more sellable. A lot of times you'll think, I better show everything that I do in my book, otherwise I'll miss a job. Absolutely not. I once knew an art director who worked for an agency that had Taco Bell. And I mentioned to him the kind of promos he gets. He said, man, I get pictures of tacos all day long. Everybody's showing me tacos. He said, man, I see enough tacos during my day. I've got tacos. We've got a shooter that does tacos. We've got a backup guy and a backup gal and 2 people behind them who shoot tacos. I want to be gobsmacked by what you're showing me. Then it'll keep you in mind. That's the thing, right? Being kept in mind. If you look at your current website, I want you to ask a couple of questions. Do you have distinct genres? You keep shrinking and getting larger like I do here in the camera here. Yeah. All right, enough camera jokes. It's going to happen apparently during the thing here. Do you have more than 2 distinct genres? I believe you can have 3. See, I'm a 3-button believer. Okay, so you can have people, products, and things, and people, products, and travel, and people, travel, and lifestyle, and whatever. You can't have more than 3. You have more than 3, you're telling me you're confused, that you're just really want to make sure you've covered all the bases, that I'm not interested in what you want. I'm really interested in what you can do for me. And that's a big difference in how we think about what we're doing, right? So you can create a couple of different websites. Let's say you really love landscape photography. I got it. You love landscape photography. Landscape photography is very difficult to make money at. It's also very difficult to mix in with something else. Hi, I do canyons in the Southwest and food. I think the food clients don't give a crap about your canyon pictures. They don't. What can you do for me? Why are you wasting my time showing me canyon pictures? Let's not waste their time. Let's get right to the chase and show them the kind of stuff they want to see. So you can create a website for your landscapes, or you can focus on the food stuff and do that food tabletop product. Three things that work really well together. And then I want you to do this next paradigm shift here. I want you to define the client and how it works with what you do. Don't ask yourself, do I like this photograph? Ask yourself, will an art buyer or a brand see what I'm trying to do here? Will they think of themselves, they need this photo, or need a photo with the similar impact that I've done here? That's the question they're asking. They're not asking if they like it. There's a lot of pictures they like. Oh, tons of pictures. I would see, when I was looking at portfolios, I would see amazing photographs. Go, oh, that's just gorgeous. I got no use for it. And I'm glad you made it. And I'm glad that it's there, but I got no use for it. It's something that I would look at over beer, but we're trying to get some work done here and my time is being wasted. Your portfolio, the thing that gets you hired, is the solution to someone else's problem, to my problem, to the art director's problem, what have you. If your work is like moody and dark, fine art, black and white, probably not send it to a client who does pillows and bright daisy things. Who knows? Probably the wrong thing. You can't force a square peg into a round hole. Although vice versa, I think you can put a round peg into a square hole. Pretty sure you could do that, depending on the peg and the square, that type of thing. But anyway, I digress. I want you to think about this. I want you to look at your portfolio and I want to say, take the time to look, take the time to evaluate. Do you have some photographs in there that you just love, but really shouldn't be there? You'll look. Every time I've ever worked with a photographer on their portfolio, they've said, this picture, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, it was a great shoot. I had so much fun. It really turned out great. Yeah, lots of shots turned out great. We don't put them in the portfolio. Okay. So I want you to evaluate. I want you to think about what you're doing in your portfolio, and I'll see you next time. Check me out. I've got links down below. I'm not going to ask you to click a bell. I don't give a damn if you subscribe. This is for me. This is for the people who follow me. So you all have a great day. See you next time.